Well, I got to ask you this because I've had maybe a dozen people that I know pretty well, and some that have been on the podcast experience Joe Rogan, and like that is legitimately the largest platform on the planet right now. What I mean, and you're experiencing it through all these businesses and all this other stuff. And you guys are obviously friends. You got a really good connection there. You have a very good conversation. But what is it like from one day to another when you go on the biggest platform on the planet? That's literally what it is. I mean, people could argue it, but that's the biggest show on the planet, whether that's a television show or a podcast or whatever. He is the biggest out there right now. And I know you're friends with him, so it wasn't like intimidating to be in there with him, but I'm just wondering from like 2 days before the podcast to 2 days after the podcast, like what kind of storm does that create?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, I think we kept it quiet before. Nobody even knew that we were going on a podcast outside of just my friends and family. Mainly because we were using it for a big platform to announce my signing coming out of retirement for the bare knuckle boxing. And so we didn't really want people to know. The day before, I think maybe I leaked a little bit of it.
You posted something. You were like, I'm going to.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was basically me and him right after filming it, I believe. So, but man, afterwards, I'd say it was the day he posted it for about, I don't even know, 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like all of the businesses we talked about on there were going nuts, man. It was so crazy. Like our Fins and Feathers email is still just blowing up nonstop with people wanting to book for next year already. So we sold out 4 of our tuna trips this year. Every year up until this year, we've only done 1 tuna trip. This year we sold out 3. We've already sold out next year's another 4 boats. Which we actually just locked in a 5th boat and have about half of it sold before we even announce it. So it's like the business side of it just blew up, you know. We didn't get to talk about the rubs much on there. We just had so much other things.
People will find them though. I mean, that's the thing is like people will be interested in what you have to say and hear something about the beef, and then they'll look into your social media. They'll find that stuff. It will have it may be a delayed response, but there will be a response.
Yeah. It was so cool, man. It was an honor getting to sit down there. Me and Joe have talked about planning it and doing it for the last, I don't even know how many years, 3-4 years.
Well, you're natural to be on there, like with your hunting and how much he's gotten to enjoy hunting over the last few years. I mean, it seems like that was a natural conversation that was long overdue.
We have a lot in common, and it was definitely nice talking some hunting stories, even off the podcast, going through his studio and just seeing all of the, you know, the nice bulls that he had Euroed that he's killed over the last few years, and just hearing the stories and stuff. It was cool, man. I love it. Joe's a phenomenal guy. I mean, like I said, we have a ton in common, and it was awesome to finally get in there and sit down and have a long chat with the dude.
If you like this clip, be sure to like and subscribe. You can also check out the full podcast at the link below, or search Tom Rowland Podcast in your favorite podcast platform. You can always go to the website, www.tomrowlandpodcast.com, to find this and over 500 other episodes that you might like as well. Thanks for watching.